Hey, Anna Taylor here from the Anna Taylor Radio Podcast Show. Want to know where you can find me? All over the place. Try Facebook and Instagram, Anna Taylor Radio. On TikTok, it's the @ Anna Taylor Radio Now. On X, formerly known as Twitter, it's the @ Anna T Radio. You can listen to this podcast at anchor.fm/Anna Taylor Radio Now, or just go to Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and just type in Anna Taylor Radio to find me. To watch this podcast, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Anna Taylor Radio Channel. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or want to be a guest on my show, or just contact me, please email me at annataylorradio@gmail.com. If you would like to donate or gift this podcast show, you can gift it to Cash App, which is the $ symbol in all lowercase, Anna Taylor Radio Now. And PayPal with the @ symbol, all lowercase, Anna Taylor Radio. I appreciate all your support and everyone who listens or watches this podcast show. Hey, welcome back. This is Anna Taylor of the Anna Taylor Radio Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys coming and listening or watching wherever you're at, whatever time it is, whatever day it is, whatever month it is, whatever year it is. Thank you for joining me. We're going into another episode 5 of the interactive podcast series, exclusive podcast series called The Love Project. This episode is called Expectations and Standards. But just real quick to clean house, I just want to remind everybody that on my podcast episode, back up. On my podcast at anchor.fm/Anna Taylor Radio Now, or Spotify, Google, wherever. Okay, I have other episodes. Please go check out those other episodes. I got all kinds of episodes. Spirit After Suicide. Talking about another series I have about Project Storm. It's Project #Storm, which is an organization I started to help domestic violence victims and survivors, childhood trauma abuse victims and survivors, parental alienation, custody, family court, how law enforcement handles mental health crisis, inmate rehabilitation, addiction recovery, suicidal prevention, all kinds of stuff that Project Storm supports. But there's a series on that. There's bedtime stories for kids. I talk about all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I'm Anna Taylor from Anna Taylor Radio, talking about what most don't. So there we go. I don't have an exact niche on my podcast, but within each episode, there is a niche. So I encourage everyone to please go check out these other episodes as well. And also, don't forget, you guys, if you've been following this series of the Love Project, this is episode 5, Expectations and Standards, you know to grab your pen and paper, your little journal. I said to give them like the Dollar Tree, right? Or wherever you want. I don't care if you go to Dollar Tree, Walmart, you can go to Target, whatever, wherever. Get your journal right now. Pen and paper, have it ready. Write some notes, then get ready for the learning experience, and then later the exercise, okay? And then after this episode, please stay tuned for resources in case you need them. Also, just a reminder, if you've been following this interactive exclusive podcast series, #1 episode was self-love. And remember, there was a self-love experiment. It's a 30-day scientific experiment to learn self-love, and it works. Okay, I'm just checking in. How y'all doing on that? What day are you on? You don't necessarily have to tell me or respond to me unless you want to. But remember, it's 30 days. Don't skip a day. If you skip a day, it ain't the end of the world, but continue with the next day. Like if you're on day 5 and then on day 6 you skip it, the next day is going to be your day 6, which is technically 7, but you know what I mean. Either way, but try. I'm serious. I don't care how tired you are, how sick you are, you got the flu, whatever. Don't even take 5 minutes. Look in the mirror, do your mantras, look at yourself in the mirror, and tell all 10. Anybody who's following this, if you're watching this and you haven't been following this, you probably won't know what I'm talking about. But if you are following this, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then go back, start from the beginning, listen or watch the intro, and move on with episodes 1 through wherever we're at now. which is episode 5. Okay. I just want to check in. So don't forget, stay on top of your self-love, a 30-day experiment, y'all. All right, let's get into this. Here we go. All right. Expectations and standards. What are they? What are expectations and standards? Well, I got to put my glasses on to read, to tell you. And you'll probably see lights and cameras in my glare in my glasses, but that's okay. Okay. What are expectations and standards? Well, a standard is a level of quality and something that is accepted as a norm, as well as a basis of judgment. Okay. A standard, or you know what? I did that totally backwards. That's a standard. Standard is a level of quality or something accepted as a norm and basis of judgment. Excuse me. Expectation. What's an example? What's an expectation? It's a strong belief that something will happen and feelings of that someone will achieve. Okay. Now, examples, right? Even if you didn't understand the definition, that's fine. Examples of expectation standards. Well, some examples of expectations would be kindness, love, affection, and respect. Now, remember, expectations are is a strong belief that something will happen or feelings that someone will achieve. So if it's kindness, love, affection, and respect, all right, that's something that you would hope someone would stand up to. You expect your partner to be kind. You expect if you don't have a partner, you're single doing this, you expect yourself, these are expectations for yourself, to be kind, right? To be loving. You expect your partner, you expect yourself to be affectionate towards yourself, even self-love, respect. Okay. You expect these people, this partner of yours or anybody else or yourself to achieve and stand up to these expectations, to respect and be affectionate and loving and kind. Now, examples of standards. Remember, standards is a level of quality and something accepted as a norm and also basis of judgment. So standard for someone who's in your life, the love of your life or yourself even, you want them to want you. You want your partner to want you. Not anybody else, but you. Unless you're like polygamous, but majority is monogamous. I'm monogamous. I would want my partner to want me and not anybody else, right? Because what's the point in being in a relationship? And if you're single doing this interactive podcast series, talking about yourself, you want you too. That's worthiness. You need to feel worthy enough to even want yourself. Okay, like you are worthy. That's speaking to on a single sense. Okay. Another standard is honesty. Okay. A standard level of quality, something accepted as a norm. It's not an expectation, but you expect honesty. It's a standard to be honest. Period. Don't freaking lie. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to your partner. Okay. Another one is being trustworthy. You want to be able to trust yourself if you're doing this single. And then if you have a partner doing this with you, and I'll speak to the partner. Hey, partner, you want them to be trustworthy as well. And then, hey, whoever, you want your partner to be trustworthy. You need to be trustworthy, period. Because if you can't trust anybody, you can't trust, especially the love of your life or your life partner, your love partner, your romantic partner. Man, there's no point in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's hurtful. You can't trust somebody and they keep betraying your trust. That's messed up. That's abuse, actually. You can't trust yourself. I mean, it's not good. All right. Another standard is to be faithful. That's a huge one. Be faithful to yourself, like just love yourself enough to be, to hold up this standard of being faithful to yourself, and keeping your boundaries. Remember, we talked about boundaries in the last episode, stuff like that. Now, speaking to people with partners, all right, that's a huge one. You have to be faithful to each other. If you're in a relationship where there's a commitment, whether marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, even fiancés, whatever, engaged, it don't matter. faithfulness, period. Because I don't want nobody cheating on my ass. You cheat on me? Oh, no, no, no. Hell no. You know? And partner, you don't want them cheating on you either, right? You gotta be faithful. Okay. Another standard is to feel safe. First of all, speaking to singles, you want to feel safe with yourself. You want to feel safe with yourself, okay? That way you don't harm yourself, self-harm. Speaking to people with partners, you have to feel safe with each other, all right? You have to feel safe. Another one is good self-care. Goes both ways again, being single, have good hygiene, brush your teeth, wash your butt, take showers every day or every other day, whatever, just stay clean, good hygiene, self-care, you get sick, go to the doctor. And I'm not kind of rapping on the men here, but statistically, men are more stubborn than women when it comes to going to the doctor, right? Either way, men or women, whether you're man, whether you're woman, whether you're stubborn or not. If you get sick, and you really need to go to the doctor, go to the freaking doctor. Okay. Also, if you're sick and you got a fever, you're contagious, don't be going out in public. Come on. If you do, wear a mask, obviously, and the whole COVID thing. Well, we all know the whole, stay home stuff with that. So just take care of yourself, and that's even with self-love. Self-love's included with that. Good self-care is part of loving yourself, and good self-care, take care of yourself so that way you can take care of your partner. That can also, and I don't have room to talk because I've gained a lot of weight in the past couple of years, but that's good health, meaning eating well, eating a healthy diet if you possibly can. And this takes work and practice. So I'm not saying overnight, just, if there's some of the stuff that you need to work on it. By all means, work on it. And I hope you succeed. I wish I had nothing but the best for anybody. But, work on it. It takes practice. It will not happen overnight. I'm telling you right now. So next, why have expectations and standards? Why are they so damn important? Okay. Well, because it sets up a foundation for a long-lasting, healthy, and happy relationship while preventing a potentially toxic and abusive one that won't last long or lifetime. Okay. Because when you get with somebody, are you trying to waste your time? Right. I mean, I know there's freaky deakies out there who just want to sleep around. And if it's mutual, that's your thing. Hey, cool, whatever. But if you're into somebody and you want to spend more time with them, and then you get to a point where you want a relationship with them, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And then, the whole point of starting a romantic relationship is for it to be a lifelong relationship. I'm sorry, but I ain't trying to get into a relationship and be a girlfriend for the rest of my freaking life. And I don't expect anybody, any men, to get in a relationship, be a boyfriend the rest of their life, and do wifey duties or husbandal duties, but yet still remain a boyfriend, girlfriend. The whole point, if you both just don't believe in the institution of marriage, that's your thing. If you do, after so much time, get married, period. You know what I mean? Marriage ain't so freaking bad. I know a lot of people are like, don't ever get married. And marriage is what you make of it. You just do the best you can with what you got. And if it's successful, it's successful. If not, if you have to go your separate ways, whatever. But the point is to try to stay together. I ain't trying to get in no relationship with nobody, just to start a relationship, become a girlfriend, and then nothing comes of it. Or eventually we break up over some stupid crap, or eventually break up. I ain't trying to waste my damn time, because that's just wasting my time for someone who's waiting, the right someone who's waiting for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like taking away from the person I'm supposed to be with. I could have been with them and been happy in a healthy relationship versus spending time with your sorry ass and wasting my time. Nobody wants to waste their time. Right. So the whole point is to have, a happy, healthy, long lasting relationship. And this, the expectations and standards, let alone any of this in this podcast, here's boundaries, stuff like that, knowing your toxic terms and self-love, self-care, it's preventing a potentially toxic or abusive relationship that won't last long or life term. Like I said, the whole point of getting together is to be your life partner. If you're getting a relationship and you're thinking, I'm marrying this person, or I don't think I'm gonna be with them for life, then don't fucking waste their time. Period. Then why the fuck are you getting in a relationship for? What? Just to play house? Play boyfriend, girlfriend? Man, fuck that shit. Get out of here. Yes, I could. Again, for those out there who has never experienced my podcast episodes, look, I cuss a lot, but I do cuss in my episodes. I ain't going to hell for it. So if you're religious or non-religious and you just don't like cussing, you think it's uncouth and rude and disrespectful or just gross, fuck you. I don't care. I say what I want. It's my podcast series, and I ain't going to hell for saying a cuss word, because you know what? Surprise, surprise. Anybody that believes in heaven, you're going to be surprised who does go to heaven that you think is such a sinner. Okay, I'm not a sinner or anything like that because I cuss in my podcast series, but I do cuss. Sometimes I smoke cigarettes. It's whatever. Depends on how long the episode is. I smoke a cigarette. That's just a FYI. So anyway, that's segment 1. This is the first part of the episode 5, expectations and standards. Now we're going to get into the next segment, which is the learning experience and the exercise. So here we go. Let's get into this. All right. Now we made it to the second segment, second part of this episode, part of the Love Project, this episode of expectations and standards, which is the 5th episode in the series. Now, this is the interactive part. We're going to do the learning experience and then an exercise. All right. So I hope you guys got your journals. Remember, grab your pen and paper because you don't need it. So let's get into this. The learning experience for today, for this episode. In your journal, you and your partner. Okay, partner, get your journal too. If you're single, get your journal. Whatever, whoever, get your freaking journal. All right. And write down 3 standards and 3 expectations you have for your partner or for yourself. Okay. If you're doing this alone, write it down for yourself. If you're doing this with your partner, hey partner, write this down for your part. 3 standards and expectations you have for them. And then you have 3 expectations and standards you write down for your partner. Understand? For each other. All right. So write down 3. I gave some examples. If you need to rewind it, that's fine. If you need to use my examples, that's fine. If you already have some in mind, great. Or use your brain, get it ticking. Start thinking, what are some expectations and standards? This is part of learning. You got to go back and hear the description or the having a brain for a year. The whatever it is, the description of what an expectation and standard is. Go listen to it. The definition, that's the word. All right. So write down 3 standards, 3 expectations you have for yourself if you're doing this alone. Okay. And 3 expectations and standards for your partner. And partner, 3 expectations and standards for your partner. Okay. That's a learning experience. Now, in your journal, write 3 standards and expectations, 3 standards and 3 expectations for yourself. Now, for the previous one, if you are single doing this and you're not doing it with a partner, you've already done the work. You've already written down 3 expectations and standards for yourself. 3 expectations, 3 standards for yourself. You've already done that work. Now, if you and your partner are doing this, now I want you to write down 3 standards and 3 expectations for yourself. Understand? So in a total, there's going to be 9 for those of you who are working, doing this with your partner. There's going to be 6 total for you. So 3 standards plus 3 expectations, or 6 if you're doing it alone. And then 3 standards and 3 expectations for your partner, and then 3 standards, 3 expectations for yourself. There'd be 9 total, right? That's the learning experience. So go ahead and do that now. You can pause this real quick and I'll wait in the pause world. But either way, if you need to pause and then write it down, that's fine. But I'm going to move on now to the exercise. This one's going to be fun and it's going to really make you feel good. I think it'll make you feel good. It's called Act It Out. Okay. What is it? Well, if if you have a partner, okay, you and your partner, listen up. All right. You can do this with each other, or you can do this with others. If you're doing this alone, okay, you could do this obviously with others. Now, I want you to do a random act of kindness. All right. So do this either for each other or for someone else. Do a random act of kindness for someone. And here's some examples of some things that you could do. You don't have to do these. You can do something different. It's fine. These are just some examples. You can pay for an order for someone who's behind you in the drive-thru, or even in a line somewhere. Walmart, McDonald's, Starbucks. Pay for their order if you can afford it. Okay. Another one is write a note with some kind and loving words. Like, for example, you are worthy, you are loved, and I hope you have a good day. And then you take that little note and then you give it either to your partner, okay, or a family member, even, whatever, or to a stranger. So get a piece of paper and write, you are worthy, you are loved, and I hope you have a good day. And then take that piece of paper and then just randomly, like if you're shopping or if you're out at a gas station or something, just walk up to somebody you don't know and be like, hey man, I want you to read this note, and just hand it to them and be like, thank you, and walk away. They're going to open it and it's going to make them feel so awesome, right? And it's going to fulfill your heart because you know that you made somebody feel good today, because you never know what people are going through. Might even save a life, you know, if they're thinking bad things. Another one is to tell someone some uplifting and encouraging words. So again, you can tell your partner, hey, I am so proud of you. You've been working so hard for our family, and you do the damn thing, man. And I love you for it. Or you look beautiful today, you know, and I appreciate you for all who you are. Those are some things you can say to your partner. If you're alone working on this, or if you want to do this for a stranger, or even for someone you know, whatever, especially a stranger, though, it makes you feel better. But just tell them some uplifting words. Just go up to a stranger, anybody, and tell them, you're like, I just want to tell you something. It's going to get them their attention. And they're going to look at you and be like, huh? And be like, I just want to tell you something. I just want to let you know that you're doing a good job, that you are worthy, you are loved, that you can do this. I'm proud of you. You may not know me, but I'm proud of you. And I want you to succeed in life, and you will. Just keep trying and never give up. They're going to be like, love, 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 love. It's going to make them feel good, right? Or you say something else, something that just makes them feel good, you know? Another one, example of a random act of kindness, is you could volunteer at a shelter or an organization or a food pantry even, or where they give out food each day to homeless people or people in need. Just sign up to volunteer. And don't sign up to volunteer during the holidays, because it's already booked everywhere. Everybody signs up during the holidays. Do it during the year sometime. This is something you could do. I mean, you could sign up during this holiday season. Obviously, this exercise is to be done as soon as possible. You know, do this random act of kindness as part of this exercise for this episode. Do it today, do it tomorrow, do it within this week if you can, possible. Okay. Even go to your local humane society and sign up for an hour to walk dogs or something. Another one is to help someone with anything. Do you need your house cleaned? You know, maybe they're depressed and they have a hard time with cleaning their house. Wash their dishes for them or something. You don't have to clean their whole house. Just, you know, help with something. Or, you know, maybe they're a struggling single parent. Hey, do you want me to watch your kid for an hour or two or even longer while you take a nap or take a rest or have some time to clean your home? Just help them with anything. If you're financially stable, hey, do you have a bill that you need paid that you're struggling with? Or here's $10 for some gas, or here's $5 for a pack of cigarettes or something, whatever. Help someone with something. Do this exercise, okay, within a week. Try to do it within a week. Another one is donate to a charity. If you already donate to charities, find another one. Okay, find a new one. You can do it once or you can continue it. Doesn't matter. Okay. Find a charity and donate it. Donate $1 if you have to. If you don't have any money, don't worry about it. Find a different act of kindness. I just gave several examples. You don't even, it doesn't have to cost anything to do random act of kindness. Okay. So yeah, those are some examples of random acts of kindness. That's the part for the actual exercise. So yeah, we just did the learning experience, the 3 and 3 expectations, standards for you and your partner, and then 3 expectations, standards for yourself. So yeah, and then we did the exercise, which is act it out, random act of kindness. Help somebody feel better today. Spread the love, because we need more love in this world. A lot more love and light, because I know a lot of people think, well, this world's going to shit. Well, this world's been going to shit since the beginning of history and beginning of time, y'all. And unfortunately, sometimes history repeats itself, which is bullshit, because we should learn from history and learn from our mistakes, but unfortunately it tends to happen. But maybe eventually we'll learn our lessons, right, as a human race. You're gonna hear some sirens in a second, but I live next to a fire station. If they're okay. I always pray for people when they hear sirens. But anyway, yeah. So we need a lot more love. Spread the love, seriously, because there's a lot of shit going on in the world, and not just in the world, even within ourselves. If you're struggling with depression, health issues, mental health, anything, if you're in an abusive or toxic environment or relationship, or if just anything that is bad, that's unhealthy or negative or hurting you, or making you suffer or feel lesser than, or like you don't want to live, just spread the love, y'all. I love you. I'm proud of you. You are worthy. You can do this. Never give up. Well, that wraps this episode of the 5th episode of Expectations and Standards, which is part of the Love Project series on Anna Taylor Radio. I, of course, am Anna Taylor Radio, or Anna Taylor of Anna Taylor Radio, talking about what most don't. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching me, listening to me. Don't forget to listen to the other episodes too. I appreciate any financial support that you send, everything, even it follows and subscribes on YouTube. Please go follow and subscribe on YouTube and everywhere. Just help me out here. Like I said, on TikTok at Anna Taylor Radio now. Go follow me so I can get to 1,000. So I can go live to record my podcast on there instead of my personal account. Follow me on Anna Taylor Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Anna Taylor Radio. Again, to listen to my podcast, anchor.fm/Anna Taylor Radio now. Now stay tuned for some resources if you need them. And get a pen and paper to write these numbers and things down if you need them. So I hope you guys have a great day, evening, afternoon, whatever time, wherever you are. Please stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Hey, it's Anna here from the Anna Taylor Radio podcast show. If you or someone you know who is in a crisis or suffering in some way, who needs help or is in a bad situation, here is a list of resources to help them along the way so that they can get the help they need. Grab a pen and paper. This is very important. For the suicide hotline, you can call or text 988. For self-harm, 1-800-366-8288. For abortion, 1-866-439-4253. For adoption, 1-800-367-2367. For eating disorders, 1-800-931-2237. For bullying, 1-800-420-1479. For LGBTQ+, 1-866-488-7386. For sexual assault, 1-800-656-4673. For domestic violence, 1-800-799-7233. For pregnancy and infant and child loss, 1-800-944-4773. For grief, 1-800 445-4808. And for mental health, 1-800-950-6264. And if you're in a crisis or an emergency situation, I highly recommend that you call 911. Be safe.